How's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group. Today's topic, I want to discuss with you how to roll over your 401k into an IRA, why somebody may want to do that, and then how to avoid some of the risks that are involved when someone tries to do that or set them up the wrong way or leave their money too heavily involved with their 401ks and some of those related risks. So to get started, we understand that a 401k is a type of employer-sponsored retirement plan, meaning that an employee that works for a private institution might be offered different employee benefits, and one of those benefits might be to contribute into a type of retirement account known as a 401k plan. So each and every year, this person kept contributing more and more dollars into this 401k. It was a percentage of their salary. One of the incentives to place dollars into that type of 401k account is something known as a match through the employer, meaning if you place 2% of your salary into this plan, we'll match you 2% or 1% of whatever the case may be. So therefore, the amount of dollars that are going into this bucket are trying to be maximized each and every year. Now, regarding if you think of this 401k as a bucket, what exactly determines this bucket going up or going down? And that has to do with something known as mutual funds. So mutual fund options are different types of allocations or different types of options that correlate to this 401k related account that say, okay, you might have 5 to 15 different funding options to choose. One that might say like a target date fund, or one that might say a conservative portfolio, risky portfolio, whatever the case may be. So it's all dependent upon how well this mutual fund performs that's going to determine how large or how small your bucket is at the end of the day, at the end of the year. So if the mutual fund comes back negative, well, you could have $100,000 in your account starting off from the beginning of the year, and therefore after that negative occurs, you could have $50,000 off, or you could have no dollars left into your account depending upon how large of a hit that was. So these mutual funds, they do have certain fees that are related to this account, and also you have to pay 401k related fees on top of those dollars. So in order for your account to break even or to at least be doing well, is you need to make sure that you're constantly having an upward performance based upon those mutual funds. And that's kind of where the big guessing game comes in, is because there's no guarantees that the market's always going to be going up. The market throughout the test of time has shown to go up, but whenever the market goes down, this is what significantly impacts these types of 401k related accounts. So this is why a lot of individuals, whenever they're eligible for it, they might hit a certain age that allows them to be eligible for it, or they might have severed employment, meaning that now they're working for a new company and they now have access to take their old 401k and roll it over into an IRA contract. These different types of things allow somebody to conduct that rollover. The most important takeaway is to understand that it has to be from a qualified account, meaning that a 401k is deemed a qualified retirement account through the IRS, and an IRA is deemed a qualified retirement. This is a traditional IRA, is deemed a qualified retirement account through the IRS as well. So rather than this person that left the employment and they have a 401k account sitting there, rather than take that money and just throw it into their checking account, they're going to get penalized through the IRS. They're going to get hit with full taxation when they do that, because they have to suffice something known as a 59.5 rule. So majority of times whenever they leave and they go work for that new employer, there's times that people go and they take their 401k monies and they roll it over into that new employer, which to my mindset is actually a bad idea, because all you're doing is now you're restricting the different types of options available to you and the different benefits that you could perform that could be correlated specifically to your goals when you roll over your 401k directly into a type of IRA account. And the reason why is, once again, it's qualified to qualified funds, meaning that you're not going to be penalized when you set up a 401k and you roll it over into a specifically designed IRA contract. Now, what would be some of the reasons for the rollover? Major reasons are because you're paying 401k related fees, mutual fund related fees, and you have limited funding options, meaning the amount of mutual funds that you could choose are going to be limited, as opposed to if you were to go and roll it over into an IRA account. Maybe with the 401k you might have between 5 to 15 different options, and an IRA might give you 300 different options, so you just have more eggs in your basket to play with. Now, the major reason why a lot of individuals go and they do these rollovers is to understand what their current plan is, what their current goal is, and then making sure that you're designing your IRA specific to what that goal is going to meet. If we understand the negatives of mutual fund related fees, of 401k related fees, also if you're utilizing a financial advisor to monitor that account or will give you recommendations, that advisor is going to charge you a type of advisor fee known as a wrap fee. So those are already negatives that are coming out of that bucket year by year by year that you're just leaving it on the sidelines, leaving with the 401k. And then the fourth negative or the third negative would be downward market loss. Because it's still tied to those mutual funds, if the market goes down, those mutual funds are going to therefore go down depending upon how they're involved, how they're invested, what sorts of funds are in there. But typically as the market goes down, those mutual fund performance are going to go down as well. And then a prime example would be in 2008. You had the average portfolio that lost 57% of their dollars, of their 401k funds, of their retirement accounts, and it was because when the market wanted to have that reset in 2008, the funds had to go down with it because they were all tied to market related risk. So when looking for the reasons for the rollover, well, there's ways on how you can eliminate these different types of fees when you roll it over into specifically designed IRA contracts. You're eliminating advisor fees, mutual fund related fees, obviously 401k related fees, and then most importantly, you're eliminating the downward market loss. So this isn't for everyone, but there are ways on how you could tweak out these IRA accounts. You could either have them super aggressive accounts, or you could have it with safe, consistent growth that are eliminating the negatives so that you're accentuating with the positives. You're getting the power of compound interest that keeps growing on a positive direction rather than have those negatives compounding against your account. And there's ways on how you could customize it. Let me clear up this. And rather than leave your 401k rather than leave your money into that 401k related account, you could customize your specifically designed IRA plan if you want to have max growth, if you want to have, or safe, consistent growth into that account. If you want to have, this is the most important one, and this is what we really specialize in, is consistent growth and then also max income. And if somebody had that goal of max inheritance, we could set that up as well. But what we do is we're an independent agency, so we leverage all the top carriers that offer these specifically designed safe IRA contracts for that person that says, okay, well, I severed employment, I have a 401k account that's sitting here, I'm in my 40s, I want to go and roll it over into something that's going to give it the power of compound interest with growth wise, and then when I turn 60, or 65, whenever I'm looking to retire, I could then trigger something known as a lifetime income amount or a lifetime income stream, which is essentially taking your 401k accounts and turning into personalized pension plans with certain income riders and that safety aspect regarding those IRAs. So you could do that in either a max growth a max income way, a consistent growth way, or even a max inheritance way. If someone says, well, I already have pension income, I have Social Security income, I'm getting income from maybe real estate, whatever the case may be, and they have that set income stream, and they just don't want to even touch those accounts, well, there's ways that you could set them up into specifically designed IRA contracts that maximize out for a death benefit, meaning that whenever that person passes away, they're going to give a lump sum account to their beneficiaries that are going to be a lot more advantageous than just leaving their money into a 401k account and playing that big guessing game. The biggest takeaway that you could get away from this video and all the videos is you control the chips. If you leave employment and you have an old 401k and you want to roll it over into an IRA, make sure it's specifically designed to what your goals are, whatever your goals pertain. And you have many companies, you have hundreds of different carriers out there that try to offer these types of contracts, and based upon what your age is, based upon what your goal is, you could match that up specifically. So this is where we come in is, at any point in time, you could give us a call, 1-800 number 1-800-566-1002, and from there you could speak with a specialist that will help you explain to you what your current plan is, what are some of your options available to you, and how to accomplish your goals correctly. On average, for each person that gives our office a call, we go through over 1,200 different scenarios, strategies, carriers, concepts before we give our top 3 recommendations. And from there, there's going to be pros and cons of each. You just want to make sure that you're educated, that you're knowing if you're placing a single dollar into a plan, what exactly does that dollar do? Why are you doing it? What is the leverage behind these types of accounts? And this is one of the simplistic things that we're trying to do and that we do on a national basis, and we try to hit home with every individual is, you control the chips. We want to make sure that you're understanding everything from soup to nuts. We are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. We've always had very good reviews. We've never had any complaints. It's because of this methodical process. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Retire Sharp, so you can have access to the most updated videos. Thanks so much, guys.